All right, Cancer, it's your turn for your reading for the month of November. It is Scorpio season, so we're pretty much in the water energy. So I feel like Scorpio in general to me is a great month to really gain your power, really empower you to do great and wonderful things when it comes to establishing relationships, your value system, seeing people for who they really are, um, not getting sideways or front side or back side, but truly seeing people for who they really are and understanding that, just as much as you need friends or just as much as people, you know, need to be heard or listened to, being willing to let go of control and really letting people shine. All right, so before getting into the reading, like I said, it's Scorpio season. New moon is coming up in Scorpio, and Scorpio in retrograde at the end of the month. So keep that in mind. End of the deck is um, six of wands. All right, so wow, we've had quite a month so far of October. I feel like coming into this month, Cancer, we have been. I can literally write a book about us, Cancers. I feel like we're starting to get recognized in this time and season. I do feel like with the Six of Wands, it's about recognition. It's about having victory in your life. It may not be everything perfect, but it's the sense of victory within ourselves, victory when it comes to relationships, when it comes to who we want in our circle, who we don't want in our circle. And I feel like a lot of us Cancers in different periods of our life have gone through different journeys. Some of us, we've experienced some hardships when it comes to our relationships, feeling tested, feeling like we're on the edge, feeling like we can't trust certain people. And I feel like a lot of us have renewed our faith in some way when it comes to, the law of attraction, when it comes to, our faith being tested in relationships. I'm willing to put up with some maybe dirty things that happen behind the scene when it comes to relationships, feeling like, is it just me that's doing wrong in the relationship? Is it my partner? Is it understanding that, there's still some things that need to be addressed. There's still some things that need to be healed that maybe we fully haven't let go, maybe that we fully haven't really seen from a broader scale. And I feel like, the last few months, just this year, we've embodied this love, this universal love of all mankind. What does love look like? What does love feel like? Being manipulated by people, being tested by every walks of life. And we've come through it all. And we've experienced different things that we didn't think we were possible. And so when I see this as the theme of this month, I feel like it's a good sign. Even though it's in reverse, I feel like, the victory card, being recognized, coming to that place of awareness about ourselves, and I feel like, just recently I got a job, same place as my fiance. And I gotta say, it's been very tough. It's been very tough to deal with things, alone, observing how people communicate, figuring out that we can't live in our emotions. And I feel like a lot of us have been tried in the way we think, the way we perceive things, the way we thought that weren't possible to get through, but we got through. And I feel like, slowly things are being healed from our past. We've got through, we're coming into a new time, a new phase in our life where we've had to really look at hard truths. We really had to, embody this love-like energy in the most difficult, crucial times. We've had to look at things straight in the face and realize, is this keeping me from truly being happy? Is what people are saying about me, is it keeping me locked in a chain environment where I can't set myself free? When a lot of it is our mind, a lot of it we put maybe the facade up that everything's okay when it's really not, or we look at ourselves and realize there could be more that I could add to society, there could be more that I add in relationships, maybe that we haven't fully embodied, and there's so much that we want to experience, but there's a lot of this need of adjustment, need to adjust with the changes, need to adjust with things that keep coming up in our lives that aren't tearing us down, but actually helping us heal. Whether it's jealousy, whether it's lust, whether it's overcoming the past mistakes, overcoming debt, overcoming relationship issues. We kind of have this North Node, Cancer, Capricorn thing going on, and it's pushing us to get out of our head, to get more into our heart space, and not live by emotions, not live by people's ideas of us, but be our authentic self. And whether you've put on a mask or not, whether you feel like people aren't really being themselves and not expressing themselves fully, I feel like it's truly understanding people on a broader scale, especially the Scorpio season. Scorpio season is not here to hurt us, It's here to help us be more empowered. It's help us to get on the right path. And there's really no wrong or right path. It's just really helping us to, embody this ability to work beyond our means, ability to push ourselves, ability to feel and tap into our intuition and our higher consciousness of self, that we can benefit from Scorpio season. And I feel like just in Scorpio season, and I'll get into the reading, I feel like I've been more intuitive than I normally am, and I feel like I can understand things better. I can understand people's motives a lot better, and I don't know if it's because I can hear their mind or hear their thoughts. And with being an empath, a lot of people can feel into things. But I feel like Scorpio really helps us become more empowered, and Scorpio helps us see things for what they really are, even if it's the dark aspects of ourselves that we really want to embody our wild, true nature, our truest form, and not hide, not cave in when it feels like the world wants to attack us, but really embody our true selves. Alright, so enough said with that. Coming in, we have the Nine of Cups. So if any time you haven't really been truest happy, I feel like you're getting out of that Cancer, you're getting back into love, you're maybe feeling back in love with someone, whether it's your potential partner, whether it's someone you're with. There's a newness, there's a renewal of love, what love looks like to you. I feel like beginning of beginning of November. And I feel like a lot of you have choices, whether you're single or in a relationship, when it comes to, your ideas of love, your idea of what true love is within yourself. And I feel like that's one of the biggest lessons we've learned this year as Cancers, is defining how we can truly love ourselves and how we can truly portray to help and love others. And like the duality of it both, like, give to ourselves so we can give to others. And I feel like in the month of November, it's helping us to look at the options we have, whether it comes to new love, whether it comes to love within ourselves, and look at, how do we want to perceive ourselves? What it is that we want to do to really, you know, shine the most in Scorpio season. It's all about being authentic, I feel like. All right, so Temperance is here to heal us. Whether it's a specific person to heal us, whether it's the energy in itself. So I feel like there's a lot of passion going on with us Cancers at this time, especially in November. We really need to heal. We need to be patient. Things will come to us when we least expect it. I feel like that's why Temperance is here to tell us there's still some things we're still trying to heal. There's still some things we're trying to process within ourselves that may not be easy when it comes to where it is we want to see ourselves in relationships, where it is we want to see within ourselves, and to truly embody this Scorpion energy going forward. So I feel like there's a renewal of love within our friends, within our circles, within people that we authentically want to be associated with. If there hasn't, I feel like it's a time of renewal within yourself, Cancer. Let the past go. And what I mean by that, there's been a lot of trying, testing things when it comes to things that are being brought up within the past. That I personally went through, and I know some other Cancers I went through, where we're being uncomfortable. Having to deal with the day-to-day humdrums of life. And I think, that's is it 6 of cups or 8 of cups? 8 of cups is here to show us, and what we've experienced this past months and years is, when things are brought up to our attention to heal, it's not a time to be defensive. It's not a time to hate ourselves because of our imperfections when it comes to relationships, or things that aren't working out when it comes to relationship, things that are unclear about relationships or friendships. But it's letting go of the disappointments, letting go of maybe this fear we have within relationships, jealousy, lies, deception. But like I said, a lot of what we create in our minds. And I feel like it's being very clear to ourselves this month, and what we've been going through the past years or so, to really look at ourselves for who we are. What do we want to invest in? What do we want to create in our lives that is ultimately going to get us out of this energy of feeling like we can't move on? But I feel like we have to take it on. We have to take on the new energies. We can't be stuck in this past energy, because I feel like the more we're stuck in this past energy, it's going to keep us there. So it's all about moving forward at this point in life, forward in new relationships, new friendships, new situations that are very uncomfortable. But once we get out of this idea in our head that we don't want things to be the way they used to be. We want new things. We want to experience life. We want to create life itself, We have a lot of creativity within ourselves to do what we need to do to move forward. All right, so 5 of Cups is here, I feel like, to help us and remind us what family is, what relationships are, what does a new start, what does a new beginning look like? Because I feel like there's a new beginning, or a redefining of what a new beginning, whether that's with a person we're potentially looking for, or a particular person we're with. So whether that's new love or just a renewal of love, renewal within ourselves. Because I feel like if you're not with someone, chances are, you deal with yourself on a regular basis. You deal with your limitations. So if it is this new love that you want to try or want to experience, do it. But if it's a love that you've been with for some time, I feel like, it's time to grow. It's time to evolve with them. Because I feel like anybody at this point in time, if you're not willing to compromise, at least, if you're not willing to evolve with that partner, or partnerships or job or security or whatever is going on in the month of November. You know, you're not really moving forward. You're staying stuck, stagnant. And I feel like sometimes in our lives, the best move we can do is the first move that comes to our mind. Like for mine, I've been stuck in this mode of not wanting to work, not wanting to do anything, no motivation. But I end up more depressed, more unhappy, and more unsatisfied in my life by staying stuck where I don't want to move forward. So at this point, if you haven't moved forward, you know, with Mercury in retrograde, it's going to help you move forward. You know, Mercury retrograde is not a horrible thing like tons of people say. It's here to slow down things, yes, but heal as you go. You know, things within ourselves about sexuality, you know, whether you want to experience, you know, something that you may have not experienced in a relationship, you know, being with a partner and another person, or experiencing friendships, and you're uncomfortable to open up because you don't want to get in the bad cycles of the past. So whether it's new love, new friendships, you know, open up a little bit. You know, be willing to open up the idea of love. What does love look like on a universal scale? You know, it doesn't matter. And a lot of people think that you have to be with a man or you have to be with a woman when you freely are open to love anybody. It doesn't matter who it is. And I feel like a lot of us Cancer have been stuck in this idea of what love looks like we're only supposed to be with one person. We're not supposed to have friends of the opposite sex. I think all of us are getting out of that point, or will get out of that point, to realize in these relationships, whatever we are in, you know, we want to move forward. We want to evolve. And I feel like if you're with someone that doesn't want that, you know, you're going to get stuck. But if you're with someone that wants change, wants growth, go with that. You know, don't stay or settle with someone that's not going to make you want to grow in life. And that's part of life. That's part of relationships. One of my biggest struggles here recently is really coming to terms with being okay with my fiance talking to females, because not everyone is like that, but you know how you hear some people, they talk to females and they're a guy in a relationship, they end up cheating or end up doing stuff. And it's not like that. It's just what our faulty ideas of perception and realities. And I think it's getting out of that. It's understanding that, hey, we have friends just as much as, you know, our other significant other has friends. And I feel like we're not really freeing ourselves, and we're not really freeing the other person if we can't come to that agreement that it's okay. It's okay if they talk to females. And we as a Cancer have a hard time with that. We're very protective of our partner. We're very protective in relationships, whether we're a mother or a father or a young teenager or whatever. We're very protective. And I feel like when someone tries to get in the mix of it, it can be really hard to let go. It can be really hard to let the idea die. And I'm not saying, you know, come to terms with, you know, letting the person get with another person. But if you struggled with that as a Cancer, or you struggle fitting into society, and a lot of people can't seem to understand you, you know, there's a reason for that. We're meant to do greater things. And I feel like for the past months and weeks, we've learned to let go, to let things be. Whether you see another person with another person and you're single and you want someone, or you're not ready for love because you've been hurt, I think it's a time to let go. You know, let go that things didn't work out. If it's meant to work out, it's meant to work out, you know. not being so attached with the person. And I think that's a hard thing with cancers. We get attached to so many people. We love so many people. You know, this universal love. And I think our emotions fuck us up sometimes because we feel like we love someone when it's unhealthy. Or we feel like we love people and we have to let people go. And that's probably one of the hardest traumatic things we have to do. So, Page of Cups and Queen of Wands. It's giving up our ideas of what love is. It's being open to love of any kind. You know, ask your angels to help you. Ask God to help you. Renew your faith of what love is. You know, be willing to accept things. You know, and I really feel like cancers are upgrading. Cancers are upgrading to a fuller understanding of what love and divinity and healing looks like. And, you know, I'm excited to see what will become of that when we actually get to that place where, you know, whoever we're with, you know, we're happy and content. And that's the thing, you know, things aren't always going to go the way that you want to in relationships. It's tough truth, but, and I just feel like it's being okay with the changes, accepting the changes, whether it's, you know, with another person, accepting change with yourself, accepting things for what they are, and just simply go with the flow. And, you know, being a catalyst. You know, cancers are known for catalysts, and Geminis as well. So yeah, you could be dealing with a Gemini. But yeah, what we put out, we're going to get back. You know, we put out negative thoughts and negativity, it's going to come back to us. And we have to be aware. Be aware, Cancers, of our thoughts. Be aware of our emotions to realize what is true and what's not. What are we trying to create in our relationship? So I wish you all, Cancers, the best for November. Love you guys. Bye.